Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. You have just stepped into the fury of putting all the last minute details together before the guests arrive at our family Christmas party. We are moving the couch to give room for the added tables that I set up in last week's video. This means that my husband is going to have to vacuum and mop underneath the couch because we know the issue that I have with fur. So he's going to get all that cleaned up while I finish up some last minute appetizers that I want to have ready for the guests when they arrive. I'm also going to show you a couple of dessert recipes. These are perfect for all occasions, including New Year's. This video is going up the day after Christmas, so I think that it's a perfect time to talk about disappointment. I've often heard about the letdown after Christmas Day, and I've felt that myself before, but that's not the type of disappointment that I'm talking about today. Oftentimes, we set expectations so high that they are impossible to achieve. I am typically a go-with-the-flow type personality. I raised a lot of kids, so I'm accustomed to having to adjust to others' needs. However, this Christmas, I found myself in a very different situation that caught me off guard. And I want to talk about that today during this video. This first appetizer that I'm going to be showing you is the Turkey Bacon Ranch Pinwheel. This is a perfect recipe for the little kids. Now in these recipes that I'll be showing you today, I'll write out the ingredients in the left-hand corner and you can watch me put them all together. But if you have any questions about the recipes, just leave it down in the comment box and I'll get back with you. But for the most part, these are very simple recipes and you should be able to follow along easily.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town like so many times before we...
Okay, so we're going to start talking about disappointment. Now this is a few days after the party that I'm talking about this, so I've had time to process this a little bit, but when it was first happening I was very upset. So I'm going to try to talk from that perspective, but I'm also going to talk from the perspective of already being able to work this out. Anyway, so let me start from the beginning. Many of you have been following along with me as I've been preparing for this family Christmas party over the last few weeks. I've been hosting this Christmas party since 2011. That's when my husband and I decided that since we were building a blended family with some of our kids already parents themselves, we wanted to create a special day that all of our kids and grandkids can come together in our home so that we can celebrate them and have all of them together at one time. Coming from a blended family myself, I remember being pulled into different directions to visit family members on all sides. I know that this can be very stressful for parents and for the kids, and I wanted to find a way to lessen the stress for our kids while they're raising their kids. So, instead of expecting visits from all the kids for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we combined those days into a very special day.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
Throughout this video, you're going to see me doing a lot of dishes. I like to clean up the dishes that I've been using to prepare the food with. That way, everything is clean when I go on to the next step. In that big pot, I made stone soup. It's a recipe that I brought back from Dolly Parton's restaurant in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Now, I made it in that pot, and then I transferred it over to the crock pot. It's going to be one of the appetizers that I serve. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you some of the videos I took at the party. I always love to share my family with you.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue.
So how was your Christmas this year? I sure hope that you were able to spend time with friends and family. Also, let me know, have you had to work through some unexpected emotions this Christmas? It really has been a hard year, and I think that many of us are dealing with anxieties, whether we realize it or not.
Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little.
I'm trying to figure out what's stuck in my garbage disposal. It does take me a bit, but I do end up figuring out that it's a chicken bone down there. Then I got my morning call from my grandson. Let me show you to the camera. Right, there's my boy. Right, there's my boy. Say hi.
Hi. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
If you have kids or grandkids, let me know down in the description box how many you have. These kids are such a little blessing. You can just see the demeanor on my face, how it changes when this little grandbaby calls me. He's such a little precious little guy. I'm using thieves to clean off the coffee bar area because I'm going to be setting out all the glasses that we'll be using for the party. Now we still need to set up the glass tea dispenser. That will go right there in front of the coffee maker. And I'm also going to be setting out some lemonade for the kids. Alright, so now we're going to make these cream cheese, ranch, and bacon peppers. Now, these are not spicy peppers, so you don't have to worry about getting out all the seeds. Again, all the directions will be down in the left-hand corner. But other than the cream cheese, I don't have exact amounts for this. It's really just done to taste. While I put this together, let's continue on talking about disappointment. So, for the first several years of the parties, I had help from two of my daughters. They helped me shop for gifts, cook, clean, decorate, all the things. But now those two daughters have families of their own, and they're being pulled in different directions themselves. So, for the most part, the majority of the party is planned and put together by me. Yes, my husband does help with the things that I need, but most of it is taken care of by me. As expected, over the years, our party has expanded due to new babies and marriages. So common sense would say that I need to readjust the expectations that I have for the party because I don't have the extra hands to accomplish all that I want to get done. But my heart wants to do all the things that I once did plus more. But this year I realized my limitations.
good life. Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks. Citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Keep playing my favorite.
This is a French onion spinach bread bowl. Now, you're going to use frozen spinach, but you want to get as much of the moisture out of the spinach as possible before you mix all this up. Now, you can also put this in the oven and bake it until it's nice and warm, or you can serve it cold. I chose to serve it cold because we were using the oven for other things.
Isn't it a big crime to get a little lost in everybody's business? Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down?
Even though I had everything scheduled down on paper, I couldn't keep up with the times that it took to get all this food prepared. Most of the food we pre-prepared, however, it needed to be warmed back up, and this took a lot longer than I expected. I could feel myself getting more and more frustrated as my husband and I tried our best to get dinner served. Thankfully, we had a pretty good spread of appetizers, however, that really only lasts so long.
Would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Keep playing my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here?
So as we waited for the food to cook, the kids were getting more and more restless. Typically, we would open the sliders and allow the kids to play in the backyard, but as you know, we have a pool back there and we haven't yet put in the safety net or the fence. And if you remember, we put all the toys back in my room, so there was no toys in the area for them to play with. So we decided to go ahead and open the gifts before dinner. Needless to say, the kids were more than happy to change the plans for that.
Covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Keep playing my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beach side. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, put your rose-colored glasses on. Put your rose-colored glasses on.
This trifle was one of the desserts I made. Now I wish that I had taken more video and photos of the food stations, but as you can tell, I was a bit overwhelmed. But this dessert was absolutely fabulous, and it really didn't take a lot to make it. Again, I'm going to put all the ingredients in the left-hand corner for you. So, by the time the food was ready to be served, I could tell that my anxiety was about to get the best of me. My mind was going over all the things that should be going right, but this year, for some reason, it wasn't. A few bites into my meal, I quickly slipped away because I was hit with a panic attack. Now, I am no stranger to panic attacks. In fact, I have them so often I can write a book on them. However, this panic attack was brought on by the stress of trying to have everything perfect. As I paced outside trying to calm myself, I began to feel so much condemnation. My daughters and my husband came out and checked on me, and then they went in and they carried on with the party for me because the last thing I wanted was to distract from the fun. I was able to come back into the party and take our annual family photo in front of the tree, and I got to love and hug on my grandkids. My kids and my husband got together and they put away all the tables, moved the furniture back in place, and started the dishes for me. Since the party, I've had a few days to process my emotions. And honestly, this party didn't go any different than any other party that we've had. The only difference was the expectations that I built. First of all, I have to understand that catering out an event this size doesn't mean that I'm choosing less for my kids. In fact, I'm choosing more more of me and my husband at the party. We can enjoy our time with them instead of running around frantically trying to make everything all perfect. And second, I was looking at the party through my own eyes, the eyes that were filled with perfect expectations that were crumbling. But that isn't what our kids saw. They saw their kids playing with their cousins, their siblings holding their new babies, their dad toasting with the moonshine that we brought back from Tennessee, and the mom that made sure that all their kids felt loved and special on this day. That's really all that matters. I've learned a very good lesson, and I will use that lesson moving forward. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and that if you're experiencing some disappointment in yourself, that you will remember me telling you to not be so hard on yourself. Reevaluate your expectations and weigh out what is most important. Now, I'm going to take you over to some of the food that I made, and then I'll share the video clips from the party.
Looking for a reason, driven by the heart, fighting for a season, with sadness fall apart. Tell me not to worry, tell me to be strong, be my true reminder of where my love belongs. We'll be cutting edge, make a brand new sketch. Fire in the heart, flipping hearts around. We'll be changing all that's wrong. And baby, hold on, bring it on. We'll be running the show, bring it on.
Cheers. Cheers. That's from the pumpkin pie. That's from the moonshine state, isn't it?
Do you love it, C? Seabirds, do you love it? Yes. You're welcome. Hi, Rai. Do you like your toys?
By the fire,
Oh, he's got his name. He's got his name.
cutting edge, make a brand new
It doesn't open, honey. It doesn't open.
in the heart, flipping hearts
Oh, him's gonna punch you in the
around.
face.
Changing all that's wrong. Baby, hold on, bring it on. We'll be running the show, bring it on. Take it all as we go, bring it on. Let's go, bring it on. Let's roll the dice. Bring it on tonight.
Peel those jammies. Those are some jammies.
Bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on tonight.
Don't bend your book for